So tonight I'm very excited to have the Green River Weeded Full Proof. Finally was able to purchase it today. Want to stack it up in a blind without even doing a review just to see how it fares against other weeders. So stick around and pour up. It's the Bourbon Nut. Hey, welcome back. My name is Brock and thanks for joining me on this episode where tonight we are taking the Weeded Full Proof from Green River and stacking it up against some other weeders that I have over to the side here that I've already poured up in a glass. I left this unopened because I wanted to be able to show that this is a fresh crack. I'm gonna drop it in here in this last glass here, and then I'm gonna spin it up in a carousel and blind it against other weeders that I have lined up here tonight. So just a little different spin on, instead of doing a review first and then doing blinds, I'm just gonna blind it right out of the gate to see, without even tasting it, how it stacks up against other ones that I've tried before. So super excited to try this a little different. So Green River, Weeded Full Proof, and all these weeders actually are gonna be in the same typical age range, about 5 to 8 years typically, between all of these competing tonight or blinding against tonight. So for the proof point, these are all going to be kind of close, ranging from 109, which is this 1.3, 109.3. The other ones are 109 and change. We have one that's at we have one bottle that's at 114. So pretty close in range as far as the proof points and as far as age. The price on this is the same as the regular bourbon full proof. This is $49.99, so pay $50 for this. So again, great value for what hopefully will be a great pour. But for a Weeded Full Proof and like the other Full Proof, just good value coming from Green River. Just really good stuff. So let's go ahead and get this and pour it up here. We'll crack this open. Get the fuck off of me. All right, here we go. Let's get this on here. We'll do a fresh crack here. America, baby. All right, we'll pour this up. All right. So now we have, let me put this Agent Or tag on here too. Love my Agent Or, not sponsored by any means, but do a great job. Love it for glassware. They have some humidors and stuff for cigars too, if you're into that. Cases for carrying all your glassware and bourbon bottles. Love Agent Or. So Agent Or, I'll be glad to rep your shit anytime. Anyway, here we go. Let's get this into the carousel. We'll spin these up. So that way I don't know which ones I'm drinking. And we'll get into the blind and see how these stack up against the other weeders. Now the other weeders, spin. So the other weeders, I will flash those up to you guys as I'm nosing them, and so you'll know what they are. I will not. So the fun part will be at the end when I figure out what they are that I've been stacking against each other. So have a little fun with this. I'm excited. If you enjoy this kind of content, just kind of random blinds, smash the like button. Let me know in the comment down below, what are some of your favorite weeded bourbons right now too. Be interested to know what your thoughts are on the Weeded Full Proof as well too from Green River. But without further ado, let's kind of get into the blind here. I'm super excited. So let's go ahead and we'll work my right to left, your left to right. And we'll start with this glass right here, which we'll call glass A. And we'll get this one on the nose. Again, I'll flash it up. Okay, this one's kind of, it's got a little grain aspect to it, like a soft grainy note. It's not like a harsh grain, like corny grain. There's some sweetness in behind this too, so really nice on the nose here. Let's try it on the palate. Cheers. That's pretty nice. Coats the mouth pretty good. The finish is good. Viscosity is pretty decent on this one as well too. I get a little hint of kind of like if you've had Golden Grams, that kind of graham cracker sweetness there. There's a little bit of that I get towards the mid, the back. A little bit of honey, a little bit of oak there too. There's an oak presence in this one that kind of stands out. It's really nice. But overall, it just mingles kind of well with the honey in there, the oak, a little bit of that graham cracker note there I kind of get with that. Or Golden Grams kind of cereal, if you've had that kind of note with that as well too. So that's pretty good. I like that one a lot. So that's pretty good. So what I'm going to do is probably, as I set these out, Since this is the first one, I'll set this one out as I like, and I'll push forward more of the ones I like versus leave it in the glass or put behind it as least favorite, right? Out of the rankings here. So really solid pour to start with. So let's kind of get into glass B and see what we're working with here. Let's get it on the nose. Now this one seems... This one smells like it's got a little bit more going on the nose in terms of just depth, maybe. It's like a sweet cereal grain going on here a little bit. Not really definitive in terms of a specific, like I was able to pick out with like golden grams or anything like that, but just a sweet cereal grain in general. This one's got a little bit of oak as well too, influence. I don't think it's as predominant as the first glass, but it's there. Outside of that, maybe a hint of cinnamon too. So really pleasant on the nose. Let's get this on the palate. Cheers. I like that one. Man, that's got a lot going on. I think the layers of flavor from the front as you get through the mid to the back, I think there's more of a roller coaster ride, a little more layers going on here with that than this one. So I enjoy the flavors on this one a lot. There's some oak, there's some honey, there's some caramel in this one a little bit that all just kind of roll around and play nicely. This one's got, I would say the viscosity is about, yeah, it's pretty decent. I don't think it's as good as this one, but it's pretty close. Finish, a little shorter, but man, the flavors on the palate that roll around are really, really good. That's what kind of keeps this one in the fight here a little bit. This one I think might be a little stronger in terms of mouthfeel and finish. I think this one's a little better on the flavor than this one right here. So for me, that's gonna be tough. I'm gonna put them, so far I'm gonna put these neck and neck. Don't know what I'm gonna do with them yet, but I kind of like both of them really good. So let's go ahead and move on to the glass C and see if we can get a tiebreaker or make some differences here. So let's go ahead and get this on the nose. Okay, this one, I don't know what I'm trying to search for here on this one, but this one to me is not as sweet as the other ones on the nose. This is more like an unsweetened cereal. You know, you get like the, I think about it like, almost kind of like corn pops, but not sweet. You kind of get that kind of corn, but it's not grainy. I don't know, it's kind of hard to describe, but it's not grainy. It's just an unsweetened kind of note to it. Outside of that, I mean, there's a little bit of graininess to it, but I think it's just tied to the unsweet part of it. Don't really get the oak influence on this one like I did the other two. Still don't know really where these all stack up in terms of which one's which, but yeah, let's try this one on the palate. Cheers. Man, that's really good. Man, there's some rich flavors on this one. There's rich caramel. There's honey on this one. The finish sticks around on this one really, really well. Better than the first two, I think. Not significantly, but enough. I can tell a difference. Oak on this one's pretty good as well on the palate. On the nose, you couldn't really get it. So I can't say everything on the nose transferred to the palate. So I think there's a lot more going on the palate than was the nose. The nose just kind of was, you know, nothing stood out. But on the palate, the flavors on it, the richness stands out a little bit more. The finish is really nice. So this one could be the lead runner here so far. I can't tell if this was a little proofier too. I know most of them are 109 and one's 114, but so far, I'm trying another one here, shit. I'm not trying to guess, but I feel like this might be the proofier one. And by default there, the proofiest one is the 114. So this may be the 114. Outside of that, I'm not really sure though. Let me try this first one here again. Sometimes you'll go back and pick up additional notes. And this one, I got a hint of like Honey Nut Cheerio. Coming back to this one too. Really good, I like that. But again, I think this one is the front runner. These two are kind of still neck and neck, but this one I think has a slight edge so far. Let's get on to the letter D here. On the nose. Right out of the gate, off the rip here, I get a little bit of like herbalness here. Or floral, one or the other. Which typically is not, I'm not a big fan of herbal or real florally or rose kind of like, but doesn't mean necessarily that I won't like it on the palate, as the other one here, it was kind of not very exciting on the nose, but the palate was great. So yeah, just kind of herbal, a hint of sweetness there. But it's almost like the herbal part is almost more towards a floral, like you're eating like flower petal, or you're smelling flower petals a little bit, with a little bit of caramel and sweetness there. There's a hint of oak in there as well too. So, all right, let's get this on the. All right, let's get this on the palate. Cheers. This one's pretty oily. This is viscous. Really good mouthfeel on this one. The nose I'm not as big a fan on compared to the other ones. On the palate though, the oiliness and viscosity is really good on this one. I like that one a lot. Finishes, medium. I think this one's got probably the best finish. These are close still, but this one has the best, this one has the best finish, I think, so far, but this one's really good. It's kind of hard to place this. What I probably will do is go back through these, and I'll start from the bottom here, or from my left to right, your right to left. Go back through these one more time, and just make sure if anything's changed from what I initially thought. It could. Sometimes it happens. And we'll figure out what are we working with here. So in terms of the last one here, I feel like that one's going to be, this is going to be kind of the front runner so far. These are still kind of neck and neck, and this one is almost neck and neck with these, but not quite. So I'm going to put it a little further back. So technically, it's my least favorite out of the four, if you had to place them so far. So let me go back through these again. I'm gonna go back this way and see if it changes how I feel or my taste palette, or if it changes my palate on the way back. And then we'll come back and reveal what it is in my rankings. Stay tuned. Be right back. So I finally have the rankings for this. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in order here so we can make it easy for everybody. So I want to take what I have here so far is I have in first place here as the one that's furthest out is this one right here. And I have, not by a whole lot, but I have this glass in second place, this one in third, and this one right here just stayed in fourth for me. So after I go back through it, this is kind of what the lineup I have. So I'm excited to kind of see what we have. So let's get into it and find out what is the ranking order of this. Let's go ahead and start with last place. So last place tonight, letter C. And let's see what we got here. Letter C. Oh my God. So letter C, which is last place, is the FAE 02 from 2020 release. Very sought after. Don't have much left of this one, right? But again, it's a weeder from Maker's Mark. Wanted to throw it in here tonight. And tonight, last place against the other three. So now I'm interested to see what is in third place here. So let's see what we got. Letter A. Wow. Green River Foolproof. Weeded Foolproof, of course. In third place tonight. So very interesting. So now I'm really curious to see which one's first place, but let's go ahead and find out what's in second place. All right, we have letter B. B as in boy. And that is the Keeper's Release 2025 from Maker's Mark. Really good bottle. Enjoyed that one. A fan favorite from a lot of people. I like that a lot as well too. So that means first place is, just want to double check, D Weller Foolproof. Super excited. That was a fun blind to do. Again, not tried it other than a fresh crack here for a blind tasting right out of the gate. And got third place. So I don't have all the best weeders in my collection, but these are the ones that I primarily have. I have a 107 that haven't opened, and I have a couple other weeders that have not opened yet. But based on ones that had opened, just do a quick comparison out of the gate to give you guys a little bit of context of where this might stand compared to some of the things you guys may have. This is where it ended up. But based on how everything stacked up, that's where it ended up tonight. So hope you enjoyed the content. Leave a comment down below. Let me know, would this be any different for you? Are you surprised? Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, sip your passion.